mean, you see, I've done an awful lot of work with old people.
Yeah.
You know, I had a government inquiry once into the conditions and housing of old people, and I think we're so stupid in England to miss so much of what they can give us still.
Here, I agree.
You see, and apart from that, we've got to do something about the whole country. You know we have. And we've got to get away from all this awful, terrible, it's evil, really. We've perfected the books that you write, quite frankly. Thought of the effect it has on young people.
Yes, they love it. Every moment of it.
They
write
love
me letters
it,
and
but
they
that
say,
is what is
I was
wrong.
reading it under the covers and matron came in and said, what are you reading? Let me tell you something, Barbara. There's room for both of us. There's room for your books, which I'm sure are terrific, and you have huge fans everywhere, and there's room for mine, which are a little more racy, and people enjoy reading.
Yes, but I quite agree they may enjoy it, but don't you think it has helped the perverts? It has helped.
If there's a pervert out there watching me,
yes,
I didn't do it intentionally.
And you have all this awful abuse of children. All that comes from a permissive society. Permissive society started in 1970, and everybody said, you're the queen of romance, we're all going to have romance. But they didn't have romance. The publishers were told to write like Barbara Cartland with pornography. I went out to America, and there were all the I was going to say girls, middle-aged women, all writing things that they knew nothing about. Most of them hadn't been kissed.
You know, nobody's ever said to me, this is really true, they've never come up to me and said, you must write like Barbara Cartland, but put in a bit of pornography.
No, because you've done it on your own, without any need of Barbara Cartland. There's no Barbara Cartland in it.
No,
but the point is, no, listen.
There's a question I've been meaning to ask you. I mean, I have to ask this question, because a newspaper did a piece on Barbara once and a piece on me, and Barbara was given The Stud to read, the book, The Stud to read. And she said, it was a horrible, disgusting book, and I stayed up all night reading it. I want to know what she was doing all night.
No, I didn't think I said that at all.
You did?
What I said was, I thought it was a horrible book because it was so terribly improper. And you see, I worry terribly about the people who follow us. You know people are influenced, and you know that nobody really has worked out what happens when those sort of things go into the brain.
But you know what you said earlier?
You have to go on. No, wait a minute. When things are taken up by the brain, it's like an encyclopedia, and you can't get rid of it. It's rather like people say on the television, oh, you can turn it off, you can turn it off. You can't. You've seen it. I quite agree, they needn't go out and buy one of your books or mine. But on the television, it's all copied, you're on the television too, you've seen it, and you can't get away from it. It's in your mind. Once you've seen something, it remains there. I won't think about it, you say, I won't think about it.
Barbara, you said something very interesting before, and excuse me, Terry, I do know this is your show.
I have to say now, you mustn't really apologise for that, because I really do love to have a discussion going between the guests.
No, but what I wanted to say was Barbara said something to you.
Well,
Barbara said something...
We'll have a conversation after. Okay,
Barbara said something very interesting earlier. She said, all these naked people rolling around on beds, it's disgusting. Well, I really don't think there's anything disgusting about naked people rolling around on beds. I thought that's what you're supposed to do when you're married.
That isn't love.
How do you know?
Listen, that isn't love. Love is something quite different to what we've had. We've had sex. In the romantic era, came in, everybody said, now we can have every sort of sex. There was nothing about love in it at all. It was just animal, if you like, making, intercourse.
Have you read Hollywood Husbands?
No, I don't want to, thank you.
Have you read Hollywood Wives? It's difficult to criticise when you haven't.
No, well, I've criticised on The Stud, and I've read the things on your books and the advertisements you put in America.
I put in America advertisements?
Yes, you put Barbara Cartland with Iron Knickers.
I
didn't know.
Not I.
Never.
Terry, I'm innocent.
No, this woman is innocent. We have to take a word.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
She's innocent of this charge. Yeah, I was going to say, have you read any of Barbara's books?
Well, I did, and it reminded me very much of Enid Blyton, and I was thrilled.
I loved Enid Blyton. I read every book to my children Enid Blyton ever wrote.
I think there's a place for everybody. I think there's a place for Barbara's books, which I think are wonderful for a certain kind of person, and there's a place for my books. And I would never criticise Barbara and say they all have to be like yours, because wouldn't life be dull if we all had to do the same thing?
All I say is we've all got to think today of what effect we're having on other people. Now, you know it. We all, and if people read a book and they say, oh, it helped me, and I feel much happier because of it, that I feel is a wonderful, wonderful
It's
tribute.
wonderful.
That's what I want to know.
I got a letter just this week from a guy saying, you know, it really helped me to read Lucky because I had problems with my mother, and when the guy goes to Las Vegas and has problems with his, it really helped me get over my relationship
well,
with
that's
my mother.
marvelous.
So I
If
know
you
what
can do
mean.
that, but you see, the whole point is we do have a responsibility to our audience, and we've got to really think of the young people coming up. I mean, I'm old, I should be dead, you'll be going on long after me, but I do feel that we have gone too far. We can't say we haven't. I mean, that's the result of age and everything else. We have gone too far. We've got to go back, and we've got to bring out the right moral ideas for young people.
Why don't you give Terry a vitamin pill? I think he needs it.
Well, I'm just going to ask old Ed. Yeah, well,
I wasn't old a few minutes ago.
no, I know, but we both
This
aged a
conversation aged me.
bit. I mean,
He was young just
Are
now.
you a romantic at heart? Are you?
Oh, yeah. Of
course he is.
Are you, in fact, a sex man?
Sadistically so.
Do you read? Have you read Jackie? Have you read Barbara?
Masochistically so.
But he's read neither.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. No,
Were you saying
I read Little
Dog
Women.
is.
Were you saying just now you were against Reagan? I couldn't understand.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm for Reagan. I think Reagan's...
Well,
I tell you why.
We all make mistakes.
Well, I think Reagan's been very brave, very courageous, and one thing he's trying to do, which I'm trying to do in this country, is to bring back...
Listen, I didn't
Bring
light
back
on
parents.
your books now. You know, what else? No, I'm sorry I interrupted you, Barbara. Go ahead.
Go on, I'll let you have it.
I don't want it.
I have to tell you, Terry, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. It's the best time I've had in a television show in a long time. You usually sit there and you're boringly polite and you plug something. I mean, this is good. This is good.
That's good.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, there are 2 pink-wrapped packages outside your dressing room door, but I think they were supposed to be outside mine.
No, they're yours, darling. They're
Are
not
they?
paying no attention to him. They're for you.
Are they?
Well,
Barbara, thank you.
Pay no
I
attention.
knew they'd be
One for
funny.
him.
Thank you. How kind. And every time you come, you bring me something nice, which is
I
why I
brought
keep
one for
asking
your
you
wife
back.
this time, and if she doesn't cook as well as my cookery book, which is now used by the House of Commons, you're going to be very angry with her.
Thank you. You see, I knew we'd get the plug in. I thank you for coming, and I thank you, Jack.
Very kinky,
Nice
all
to
them
see you.
peas.
And you too, Ed. Thank you for joining us.
yes,
Yeah, that's fun, eh? My guests, thank you.